Have you ever wished you were invisible? Have you ever wished you could disappear? Have you ever wished you could vanish into thin air? Have you ever feared the invisible? Cloaked, but within reach. My advantage is my stealth. Like a ghostly predator, concealed in the shadows. You will only know me when I choose to strike. In this path, I've hunted Invisigun Heroes, as they have hunted me. Stifled by this burden, I am patient to wait for a moment of carelessness. I am restless. I am undetectable. And I am bold. I will give chase until the end. Unseen but mortal, I refine my craft to survive. It is precisely because I am nowhere that you will fear me everywhere.
Hi everyone, I wanted to give an overview of the 0.4 Airship Commander release. It's a pretty big release. There's a lot of new stuff, 4 major features. You're looking at the first one here, which is the new strategic campaign. In addition to this, we added missile combat to the core combat loop. You are now able to upgrade and customize your fleet. And finally, you are able to issue orders to friendlies and have them attack specific targets. The strategic campaign was inspired by Wing Commander Armada. Each team has its own capital ship, and your goal is to destroy theirs while protecting yours. You do that by capturing the waypoints that are in the middle of the room. Each one not only gets you closer to being able to attack the enemy fleet, they also provide resources that allow you to produce new fleets of your own much more quickly. The basic mechanic is one where you go and pick a unit. You can control all your units, both that is my fleet, but then friendly fleets as well, and then drop them onto the board, which indicates you want to move to that location. Airship Commander is a pretty nerdy game, but you can always make it nerdier, and adding miniatures sort of accomplish that goal. These are the same models you actually drive around in the game, but they're actually really cool to be able to check out up close, which these sort of minis allow you to do. I will also say it's a pretty nimble interface for virtual reality to be able to pick something up and chuck it, and then wherever it lands, that counts as your selection. It's a great user interface for virtual reality. So I'm going to press the application button on the controller, remove some things to the controller, like launching to the tactical. And what this is going to do is take you to that waypoint, except now at the ground level. In this case, well, there's a couple changes here. One is we got rid of the map prop. That was definitely blocking the view in the back. And then juggling guns was not fun. And so we combined what once was an arsenal of about 6 guns into a single gun that you can sort of swap back and forth and choose the mode that it uses. The game type that we're looking at here is capture point. That's the capture point right there. I'm going to paint it with the rowboat designator mode on the gun and launch a rowboat. It sort of marries the escort missions from the campaign, the linear campaign, with the missile combat missions. In this case, though, they're going after the rowboat. You're not protecting yourself. You're sort of escorting the rowboat as it makes its way. Once it hits the destination, it captures it, and when we return to the strategic level, this will be a green tile contributing resources to the friendly fleet. We also try to revisit how the robots worked, and so on the deck now they react to things that are going on in the world. If you do well, they cheer. If one of your fleets gets destroyed, they cry. Where they spawn on the deck is now very much dynamically done, and so they're just a lot more interesting now than they have been in the past. So in addition to the capture points, we've also improved the core combat quite a bit. And so this is an interesting fight. We've got an enemy raptor and a friendly raptor heading off. I'm going to throw it in the mix, and I don't know, why don't I go and grab these pirates? And the pirates will attack anybody. We have 3-way fights in 0.4, so maybe those go after the bad guys or me. It's impossible to know. So let's go ahead and launch and check out missile combat. We introduced missile combat in the capital ship update in 0.3, but we wanted it was really cool, and those encounters were pretty infrequent. So we wanted to make it a bigger part of the loop. And so here you can see a raptor, a friendly raptor, is shooting a missile off. And the small ships don't have anti-vessel missiles, but they definitely can shoot them down. That one just didn't do it. This guy's locking on to me. We're trying to take him out. Got it. But it sort of feels like a modern air combat game where, oh, thanks, buddy, he's going after this guy. It feels like a modern air combat game that basically you have long-range combat where you exhaust your missile supplies, and here you only have 2 of them, and then you get close for gun combat. We also added you used to, based on the deck you were on, get certain benefits. So if you were on the engine deck, you went faster. The gun deck, you shot faster. We made that a switch up here so that there were more frequent elements of the core combat loop. And so now it's sort of like energy management in some of those old flight sims like Wing Command or X-Wing. or TIE fighter, because now you make choices. Do I want to move faster at the expense of shooting speed, or do I want to really be able to unload, which is what I'm doing here, but not move as fast? Those kind of decisions, we feel, combined with a lot of the other things like missile combat that we've added to the deck experience, really adds a neat balancing act of how you spend your time and what you pay attention to. In addition, any fatalities or casualties on this deck or in tactical, they persist to the strategic level. So if we're able to take this guy out, which I'm sure hopefully we'll be able to do, and we do, that fleet is going to be gone from the strategic map to the bad guys' lament. Okay, so let's see if we can take these pirates out. No, let's leave the pirates be and keep moving. So that is one dead raptor. And then sure enough, the pirates are still there, but the raptor's gone. So capturing waypoints definitely feeds resources back to your fleet, but you also have personal resources that you are awarded when you do things that are cool. So if you shoot a ship down, you shoot those stupid birds that have been around forever. If you capture points, you get resources. And once you get 250 of them, you get one of these coins. Choose which type of ship you want to add to your fleet. In this case, I chose the Raptor because I want the missiles. The next mission that you play, you're going to have those ships. Let's go ahead and go back in, and maybe we can just finish off the pirates here. You will always have that ship there. So there was already one Raptor here. The battle persistence, they lost one of their fleets before, and that guy is still dead. But you now have that fleet in here as well. So it really allows you to sort of customize the gameplay. Do you want a lot of missiles? Do you want a lot of small ships? They each have their pros and cons, and now you can guarantee that fights you participate in have those those compositions. So, can I shoot some birds before the... I'm still on the ship, which is why my gun went flying away. Okay, I think the last thing we'll talk about today is issuing orders. So why don't we go ahead? This thing cheats. I'm going to probably take it out before I release the game. But we're able to go ahead and take the 3 center locations. Now when we go to the fight, the enemy cap ship is now a valid fight location. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this guy. I don't know if I need this guy because I already have a Raptor. More to the point, I think I'm going to go and buy another Raptor for this fight. So there's going to be 2 Raptors on my fleet plus the Vultures. Let's go ahead and go into that fight. The gun that shoots missiles and points rowboats and all that also has a order mode. And the order mode allows you to issue orders to individual friendly ships. So let's see what we're looking at here. Where is there? So I've got a Raptor dead ahead. And this guy, I'm not sure what that guy is. He's probably locking onto the capital ship. We also improved AI, so the AI can actually take out capital ships now, shoot down missiles, things like that. So if I issue an order to that guy, I want you to go and take the Raptor. He's going to change targets and then head after that Raptor. I'm like, no. I want you to go after the Vultures. He'll go back and turn towards the Vulture. By the same token, I can say, this guy, don't worry about the taking out the capture crit hits. Go and take that out first. And just in general, you now have the ability to issue orders to your individual friendlies. Taken as a whole, we feel the 0.4 release really is a major step closer to our dream airship game. Between the decisions you're making at the strategic level, factoring into the tactical, shooting missiles, shooting down missiles, augmenting speed or cannon fire, shooting birds, issuing orders. We really think all of that taken together is really getting us much closer to where we want the game to be. We couldn't be more grateful for all the support we've been receiving and the attention of people like yourself watching updates like this video. I sure appreciate your time, and thanks again for checking us out.
は叶わず焼き尽く宿命。同国の